Good afternoon, and this is the news at 4. I'm Yvonne Okwara Matole. 4 police officers and a civilian who are the accused persons in the Willie Kimani murder case have been put on their defense after the court ruled that they have a case to answer. Delivering her ruling, Justice Jessie Lesit said that the prosecution has established a case against the 5 accused. 46 prosecution witnesses testified against the 5 over the murders of lawyer Willie Kimani, his client Josephat Mwenda, and their driver Joseph Mwiruri, whose bodies were found in Athi River near Oldonyo Sabuk. The accused persons, through their lawyers, are expected to present witnesses in court from Monday.
What did you tell him?
As we normally do when we do a pre-trial.
The defense will commence on Monday 27th, and that's for the week. To facilitate the defense, I've ordered for the witness summons for all the witnesses indicated by their counsels, which is on record, as per the record. And then the list and the statements of defense witnesses and any evidentiary material should be availed to the ODPP and the advocates for the victims within 3 days of today.
A section of leaders from Mount Kenya region under the banner Mount Kenya Unity Forum met in Naivasha today, where they spelt out their 4-point priority agenda ahead of the 2022 election. The leaders, drawn from various political parties from the region, are demanding equity in representation, in sharing of resources and security for persons and property.
Let us say this, that apart from coming together with unity of purpose, we remain individuals with rights to express ourselves and our aspirations. But when we come together as the Mount Kenya Unity Forum, we express what we have all discussed together. So the things we have expressed this morning are the things we have arrived at.
For avoidance of doubt, that this forum has today unanimously chosen the Honorable Mother Karua to be our official convener and our spokesperson.
And this is not only for this generation, it's for generations to come. The interests of the mountain are paramount to ourselves as we think as Kenyans.
We are very clear in our mind that nobody should stop any community of interest to come together, see together, eat together, and articulate their issues. So that's all what we are discussing.
The National Parents Association has indicated its intention to be enjoined in a court case filed against the competency-based curriculum. Through their chairman, Nicholas Mayo, the parents' representatives drawn from the 47 counties said they will be on the defense of the new curriculum, noting that they are in support of the system. Last Friday, LSK President Nelson Havi filed a petition challenging CBC, arguing that the new curriculum is unlawful and prejudicial to the future of Kenyan children.
We are the representatives of over 10 million parents of this country.
Yes.
Who have taken their children to public schools, and we have not spoken. We have not taken the government to court. So we want to state our case to you and the media that we will join the case to state exactly our cause as parents representing public schools.
A section of members of the Maasai community drawn from Kajiado, Narok and Samburu is demanding compensation for a 6.3 million acre piece of land, which they say was forcefully taken away from them by the colonialists. In a petition presented to the National Lands Commission, the leaders are claiming tracts of land spreading across Nairobi, Nakuru, Uasin Gishu, Trans Nzoia, Laikipia and Nyandarua that once belonged to them before forcefully being taken by the British colonial system and now the government of Kenya. The community wants either restitution, compensation and an apology from the government of Kenya concerning the injustices committed against the community.
Owners and occupiers of some of the
hatuwezi kuwatoa kwa mashamba ambayo muko, lakini tunataka compensation. hatuna mahospitali kama mali zingine, hatuna skuli, hatuna barabara.
All the 43 tribes in Kenya have settled in land. And we are saying, if this country is fair, if this country wants peace, we must give justice to this community. And we are here to seek that justice through the legal structures that we have in this country.
We know there'll be a lot of pressure on your side. We know the people who own the land in Laikipia are not only foreigners, but very powerful families in this country.
I want to assure the Maa community and everyone else that indeed, as an independent commission, we shall look at this very objectively and look at the law and come out with the best solutions possible after investigations and a hearing. So I will not...
Now, this next story directly affects business owners in this country. The High Court has ruled that the government's plan to impose a minimum tax on corporate sales, even when a company reports losses, is unconstitutional. In his ruling, Justice George Odunga said it was unfair to pool loss-making companies into the same basket as those with a history of tax evasion, as had been argued by the state in defense of the punitive tax. Odunga further ruling that the minimum tax would subject businesses to double taxation and unfairly target loss-making businesses to pay taxes from their capital. The ruling comes as a relief for companies that were wary of paying the 1% levy on total sales from the beginning of 2021, even as they had to cope with the strain of the coronavirus pandemic on businesses.
The minimum tax has the potential of not only subjecting the people to double taxation, but also unfairly targeting people whose businesses, for whatever reason, are in loss-making positions to pay taxes from their capital rather than from their profits. An advantage which is enjoyable by others merely because their businesses are thriving. Whereas the respondents may well have identified the virus that had infected the revenue collection system as being the dishonest return of losses by some entities, it was the vaccine that was developed that is inappropriate in dealing with that virus. The solution was not to cast the net wide in order to catch the culprits as well as non-culprits as was done, but to develop a system which was tailored to target only the culprits.
And two petitioners have moved to court to challenge the recent fuel increase, saying that the decision fails to consider the common Mwananchi. The two, Isaiah Odando and Wilson Yatta, have named KRA, EPRA and the CS Petroleum National Assembly as respondents. Among the orders that they are seeking is one to quash the decision by the Commissioner General of the Kenya Revenue Authority to adjust excise duty rates for petroleum products. According to the two petitioners, the respondents have ignored proper public participation of Kenyans before adjusting. The case comes even as Dagoretti MP Simba Arati requested Speaker Justin Muturi for an adjournment motion to discuss the hike.
Individuals, we must take responsibility. Kenyans look at us as if members of parliament, we are privileged, team in the society, especially politicians and members of parliament, to say it. But we suffer from the same vet of the price going up. Because when it goes up, all our people look upon us to provide, including even medical bills, school fees, even the little one we have from CDF. It can't be enough. It can't be enough completely.
All right, let's go to this story that is happening and unfolding in Russia. At least 8 people have been killed when a gunman opened fire at a university in the Russian city of Perm. According to officials, the assailant walked onto the campus earlier today morning and started shooting. Students and teachers barricaded themselves inside the university building, while others were seen jumping from windows. Police wounded and detained the attacker, who is reported to be a student. Videos circulated circulating on social media shows students throwing belongings out of windows from buildings on campus before jumping to flee the shooter.
Уважаемые граждане, в сторону улицы Дзержинского отходим дальше.